Saudi Arabia publicly warning that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad will be removed by force if a political situation can't be found. And now Turkey also claiming that it may establish safe zones in the northern Syrian area for humanitarian purposes. The big question now, are we preparing for some sort of invasion of Syria? Major General Robert Scales and Rod Wheeler are back with me. General Scales, President Obama was just asked at a press conference whether or not he had been outfoxed by Vladimir Putin. Remember President Obama, of course, saying that Russia was entering a quagmire when, in fact, it looks like they're winning a decisive victory there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Vladimir Putin is 1-0. Remember, we're talking about two wars here, Charles. The Eastern War, Eastern Syria, that we're fighting, the Western War that Hezbollah, Russia, and Iran is fighting. And they've about surrounded Aleppo. Vladimir Putin, with only 70 aircraft, 4,000 Russians, and so far one shot-down helicopter and one shot-down fighter jet, is about to achieve his strategic objectives in Western Syria to keep Assad on the throne, to allow Russia to establish a long-term base, to humiliate the West, to push refugees into Europe, to break apart NATO. He has hit every single one of his strategic objectives. He's done it within a year, and he's done it literally on a budget.
He also has done it, Rod, without any regard to sort of I don't know, human rights, humanitarian rights.
Doesn't matter to him.
You're right, General. It doesn't matter to him. But the point is that this sort of scorched earth approach, starve or surrender approach, while being very effective, are the things that America used to stand up and around the rest of the world. Now, I realize there's not a big appetite anymore in this country to be a policeman.
Right.
But Saudi Arabia is worried, Turkey's worried, and I think everyone should be worried about this potential beachhead that they would have at the Mediterranean.
Well, you know, I think General Scales hit the nail on the head when he said, you know, we have to take a stand to some degree in this country in terms of what's going on over in Syria. And if we don't, we're taking a stand by not taking a stand. And so I think as we go forward, we're going to continue to see these kinds of uprisings in Syria and Putin and Assad doing whatever they want to do until the United States make it clear that this is our position. No, we don't need to be the world's policeman, Charles, but at the same time, just like General Scales said, we have to take a position.
You know, General Scales, Angela Merkel now saying perhaps no-fly zones should be imposed over Syria. I don't know if that's too little too late, particularly with Russian aircraft flying all over the place. You know, so and would that muddle the situation? And really, does Europe have any teeth without us backing them up?
No, Charles, it's too late. There'll be no no-fly zone. Turkey will not invade Syria.
That's right.
Saudi Arabia simply doesn't have an army that's capable of facing down Hezbollah and Assad's army, certainly not Russian air power. No, I'm afraid the score is Putin 1-0, and our score is 0-2. It's too late to do anything in Western Syria. Game, set, and match. It's over. Victory to Putin.
What about folks then that say, hey, it's no big deal, let Russia kill everybody over there as long as we're not involved?
Well, you know, it is a big deal, though. And the reason it's a big deal is because it clearly shows the position, the strength, or lack thereof of our current government. I mean, that's really what it shows. And I don't think anything is really going to change, Charles, until President Obama, who's looked at as a very weak president, and when it comes to these types of issues, is out of office. I'm not sure if the general would agree with that, but we have to have somebody that's strong in the White House. We have to have a strong commander-in-chief.
Let's keep it there. Both of you guys really appreciate your time.